it comes to your business insurance, and in this case, your work comp insurance, waivers of subrogation can be a bit tricky, but they're worth understanding. Basically, you're giving up certain rights when it comes to insurance claims. So let's take a closer look at how they work and what you need to know. A waiver of subrogation is a contractual provision where the employer and the insurance company agree to give up your right or the insurance company right to recover any costs incurred in a work comp claim when a negligent third party caused the injury to your employee. So by signing a waiver, you are relinquishing your right to subrogate and the right of your insurance company to subrogate. So for example, let's say you're a masonry contractor and the general contractor's employee does something like assemble your scaffolding incorrectly, or maybe they drop something from a lift or from a building. As a result, your employee gets severely injured and it wasn't their fault or your fault, but your work comp insurance company ends up having to pay $300,000 in medical bills, and your work comp insurance company believes the general contractor was negligent and they want to recoup or subrogate their $300,000 claim, get reimbursed, but they discover you signed a waiver of subrogation, so they can't. This brings up the point that if you are asked to sign a waiver of subrogation, please notify your insurance agent before doing so, because your insurance company needs to approve it, and there will be a small charge attached to it. If you are signing several waivers of subrogation every year, ask your agent or us about adding a blanket waiver of subrogation endorsement to your work comp policy, because it makes things easier and typically cheaper than getting approval for and paying for each one individually. Now, depending on the size of your company and the scope of the project, the associated costs for each waiver of subrogation vary. I commonly see them costing between $300 and $500 each. The cost of a blanket waiver of subrogation varies widely. It depends on how many waivers you'll be signing over the next year, but you only need to pay for it annually. Again, you're paying the insurance company this fee because you're asking them to waive their right to subrogate in the event of a claim in which there was a negligent third party that caused injury to your employee. So why would you be asked to sign a waiver of subrogation? Well, I feel it's typically because they don't want the hassle of being drug into a court battle where expensive lawyers are going to try to decide who was at fault and who needs to pay the bill during the subrogation process. Was Joe 100% at fault or 50%? Who needs to pay what? And how long is this subrogation process going to take? Instead of all that, they say, please sign this waiver and let's get to work. Now, before we go, ask yourself the following questions. How many times do we sign a waiver of subrogation annually? Are we notifying our insurance agent before doing so? What is the cost comparison of paying for individual waivers versus adding the blanket waiver of subrogation endorsement to our insurance policy? Dealing with waivers of subrogation can be a hassle, but there are ways to make it easier. By exploring options like blanket waivers and understanding the costs involved, you can save time and money while still protecting your business. Please remember, as your company grows, you will have more clients, more assets, more employees, and more obligations, which means you're going to have more risk. And therefore, you need more than just business insurance. You need to add risk management. Risksurance is a blend of risk management and business insurance that's designed to make your life easier. So let us know how we can help, and stay safe out there.